everybody, welcome to the Drug Knitter Podcast. I am your host, Zafia. Welcome to the show. My hair looks different. Do you like it? I made little hair clips back in the day for when I was growing out my hair really long. Now I don't care. I don't want long hair. I just want to show you what it looks like in the back. Do you guys like those hair clips? It's just beaded. I got the wire and beads from Joann's years ago, and I just made a whole bunch of them because I think they're cute. Oh. By the time you're watching this, kits for my mystery knit along, the I Knit and I Know Things mystery knit along is already up and for sale. What that means is that you better go get you some so you can join the mystery knit along. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then follow the link in the description below, and then you will find out all about kits and all about what this mystery knit along is about. Yes, it is GOT inspired, Game of Thrones inspired. I'm so excited. And it is a simple brioche design. It was my first brioche project, and so it's suitable for a first brioche project. It's not super hard. All the repeats are under 4 rows. Like, it's super easy knitting pattern. Anyone could do it. So, oh, and it's really fast. Like, it knits up very, very fast, believe it or not. Because there are only 6 shows. So, I don't know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, click the link below. You'll get all the facts. I'll have the link to where you can buy kits from Neighborhood Fiber Company. I love them. Their yarn is luscious AF, and Karita, who owns it, is awesome. You can also just check out the calendar. Is in the description below on when everything is going up, when all the kits are going out. Well, they're already out, but when all the clothes are coming out, you know what I'm saying. So click the link below and you will get all that information. And without further ado, another update. As you can see, I am holding chartreuse yarn. This is yarn that Love Knitting sent me. Here, let me get. So this is the yarn they sent me from Love Knitting. This is not a yarn review or anything. They didn't pay me jack. It's just me loving on their yarn. It's the Yarn Collective Portland Lace Merino Wool. And this is a lace weight yarn. What color are you in, girl? It has like a different name. I can't remember the color name. Oh, Daydreaming. It's the color Daydreaming. So what that is, it's a very, very bright chartreuse green. So I am so excited to make this. And what I'm going to make with this is it's going to be a luscious triangular shawl recipe. It's going to be huge, okay? Because this is about, how many yards are you? You're 940 yards, which it is lace weight, so it is thin, but I'm using quite a large gauge. And it's going to be a large gauge textured shawl, different sections and different textures. I know we've seen that before, but this in particular is just going to celebrate like hippie, dippy, bohemian style texture. It's going to have tassels and bobbles. It's going to be super extra. And because it's such an extra color, like, I really want to make this piece like a piece. Okay, it's going to be like a piece, a statement piece. But at the same time, it's going to be easy to wear. Without further ado, let's get to the bunny segment of the show. Alright, so I adjusted the camera. I took a moment to just hang out with her and get her used to be in my lap. And I adjusted the camera to this little awkward angle. You can see my mess a little bit more, but you can see Bunny a little bit better. And as you can see, she bald. She is here. Let me turn you around, baby cakes, okay? I got a little piece of banana, freeze-dried banana for her. She gets a little frisky. But look, she bald. If you look at the picture, I'm going to put another picture of her, of what she looked like before. She was very, very bright and floofy and big. That was right before she molted. And now she is molting, and she does this every 4 months. Do you want this, honey? Do you want this banana? No? Okay. And she digging because she getting comfy. As you can see, she literally looks like a plucked chicken. Like, she looks bald and pink. I'm going to pick her up so hopefully you can see closer. So, come on, honey. Okay, it's okay. She's a little... You can see she has some like flakes on her back. I don't know if you can see that, if it's picking up on camera. So when she molts like this every 4 months, her skin gets very dry. We don't know why. And it's hard to find sources on this. Like whenever I look up bunny and dry skin and molting, everyone says bunnies cannot get dry skin and that it's bacterial, that they have to have a mite or something like this. In her case, that is not true because she has some fresh patches of floof. Sorry, baby cakes. See this gray right here? That's new floof that's growing in, new fur that's growing in. And if you part to the skin, there is no flakes whatsoever underneath her new floof. The flakes and all the dry skin patches are all where she is bald and beautiful. I think a combination of that is just that she's an indoor bunny and it's winter, so we got the heat going. It's also that she just always gets a little dry. This time around though, she's definitely more dry, probably because of the season. Doesn't seem to bother her too much. I have my hand on it and she's just like whatever. But there are some things you can do to treat the dry skin. She has some places where it's like open skin because she scratched it, and so I did not want to put anything on there. She's also got to spend some time with my mother-in-law for a few days, so I didn't want to give her any new treatments and then I can't monitor her for a week. But some people do put olive oil or canola oil on their bunnies when they are really dry from molting. And when you apply that, you want to rub it in your fingers. Make sure you get it all nice and warm. And so that way it can easily sink into their skin. Hold on to your bunny for a little bit. Let it sink in before you put her away. Because then it's just going to lick it off. You know what I mean? Anyway. I didn't do that to her because I've never done that. And I just don't want to experiment when I'm going on vacation. So when Angora shed, this is a critical time for their digestives because bunnies cannot throw up. Everything comes out back in. We discussed it a little bit in the last video. What that means is that they don't have hairballs. They're licking all this fur and everything must pass through the poop chute. Okay? And so you have to be very, very careful with their diet around this time. She has a really good stomach. She doesn't always get what is called wool block when they can't digest the hair in their belly and they get bloated and then they can actually die from that. She doesn't usually get that. She got something close to it once where she just wasn't hungry for a day and then we loaded her up with greens and then she pooped it all out. She was good to go. But her stomach is pretty solid for an Angora. She tends to be able to pass it without too much greens. If we do give her a lot of greens, she loves cilantro. She gets the runs, diarrhea. So we give her greens as needed, not daily, but quite often. And then when she molts, she gets it daily for that week when she is molting. Hi, baby. So, she is getting greens. I don't have it to show you because she is a green maniac. And again, she gets too much and she gets sick. So I don't have it out here or else she'll try to eat it. Lately, now that she's older and I don't know, her belly is just really good these past few molts. She's just like gets one half bunch at night and she's good to go. Now, when they molt, you also... A lot of people give them papaya enzyme supplements. They come like in a pill form, and they give that to help their digestive health. Miss Thang over here, yeah, your butt, refuses to take any pill. I cannot pill her, okay? She's really sweet right now. Do you see how sweet she looks? Just hanging out in my arms, just straight chilling. But she does not like being pilled. None of my pets. All my pets are butts about this. Every single last one of them. Puppy, I give her pills in those pill pockets. I give it to her in cheese. I wrap it in a piece of turkey or whatever. That girl will eat around and leave the pill, okay? Bunny will take a bite out of it and be like, nope. And it's hard. Yeah, you better look like that because you're a butt. And she don't like... I can't pill her. Like, I can't flip her over and pill her. She doesn't like to be flipped over. I access her stomach in a different way. So instead of giving her papaya enzyme tablets, I just give her straight up the fruit. This is what I give her. This is a Kroger brand product, but you get it at any grocery store. It's freeze-dried pineapple. And this one just comes in a blend. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Yeah, you smell pineapple? I don't got it. Sorry. And It's a blend with pineapple, mango, and bananas, which are all bunny safe. Make sure you get the one that has no sugar added and it's just freeze dried. A lot of people prefer the ones that are organic. I mean, we've never had a problem using non-organic. So, like, we get what we can get. It's hard to get a lot of organic out here. It's almost always sold out. So I just tend to just feed her non-organic unless it's grown in my garden, then it's always organic. Also make sure that your greens are fresh. Do not give them anything that is turning or old. They're not like dogs, okay? Their bellies are not that great, and she will get sick. Once we gave her cilantro that was starting to wilt, like, I would have ate it, you know, like, it wasn't like bad. Like, I would have put that on my salad and it would have been fine. She got the runs from it. So she has to get really fresh cilantro. We actually store our cilantro in a way where we literally separate them into smaller bunches, put a piece of paper towel in the plastic bag with it, so that way it doesn't get wilty too fast, and we store it in the fridge always. In the nicer months, we do keep a bunch of cilantro growing on our windowsill, and in the summer, and I mean in the springtime, we also have a ton of cilantro growing in the garden. So she ain't never short no cilantro. And cilantro is pretty inexpensive for greens. She doesn't really like romaine. She don't like a lot of stuff. She's not really into parsley. Her love is cilantro, and that's usually what we give her. We try to mix it up so that way she can get different types of nutrients from them. But honestly, cilantro's her thing, and I ain't mad at it. She like basil sometimes. You like basil? Yeah. Yeah. So we just up her greens whenever she molts, so that way she can go potty. Now, people always ask me, what do I do? Like, how do I harvest the fiber? So I pluck her. First, before I pluck her, I always comb her, and that just gets the skin, like, something about bringing all the blood to the skin or whatever. I don't know. It helps get her ready. All I know is after I comb her, it's easier to pluck her because everything is kind of loosened up. So everything is covered in rabbit floof because that is the life. This is just a high quality flea comb from Conair Pro Dog. I don't know. What I like about it is that the tines are thick and they're further apart. I do have a closer, I found that I do have one that has thinner tines. I think that's what you call the teeth. And that are also closer together, and she will break that, okay? So I highly recommend getting a high quality one. I like this one from Conair. It has a really nice squishy handle. It's easy to clean. Don't be fooled by how messy it is. She's just floofy, and I've been using it a lot. And I love this one, and she likes it. She finds it comfortable, and I literally just comb her like my own hair. Like, I'm not going to comb her back because obviously she bald, okay? So here, baby cakes. I'm gonna comb her little hula skirt she got left. And usually when I comb her, I keep one hand close to where I'm combing, kind of like with kids when you comb their hair and just comb it out. She does not get a lot of knots, tangles, locks, what have you, because I don't know, she's just pretty good with that. I mean, her fur is pretty silky, pretty soft. She doesn't get a ton of mats and tangles. She only gets tangles on her feet, which is really common. She was like that when we got her. Well, she wasn't like that when we got her, but first time we saw her, her mom it was the matting day, okay? So she had some mats on her feet, but that's pretty much the only place she gets mats. So I could comb her hair very, very nice, very easily. Not all bunnies are like that. If you don't brush them every day, some of them, they get kind of matted. She is prone to mats when she is also molting too, because just like with humans, when we shed, all that loose hair would love to stick together if you are not combing it. So just keep that in mind. We comb her almost daily. No, we do. We comb her pretty much daily when she is molting. I might miss a day in between, like after she lost all her back hair. I gave her time to recover, even though she don't really notice it or care. I think I needed to recover, so I skipped one day. But then after that, I pretty much did it every day. Just comb her out, and as you can see, she's pretty good with combing. I mean, her breeder, when she bred her, she combed her out from a young age, so she's used to it. She likes it. Sometimes I comb her ears just because she likes that too. Look, she likes her ear combed. You like your ear comb, baby? Yeah. Try not to catch her skin. I don't know why she likes that, but she does. And I just comb her out and then I pluck her. So when I pluck, I'm very gentle. The pressure that I use when I pluck is very similar to the pressure I use when I spin fibers. It's, someone likes to say it's like the same, like when you spin fiber, the amount of pressure and tension you use when you pluck and when you draw out fiber when you're spinning, it should be like when you're trying to catch a bird gently, you know, so a little firm but not too firm, kind of very, very gentle firmness, which is really hard to describe, so you really just have to try it for yourself and see what works. But that's essentially what I describe it as. So when I pluck her, I do the same thing. I have one hand holding down the skin on that side to make it easier, and then I literally just pull. I mean, it's kind of hard to see, unfortunately. She's white and her blanket white, but I'm literally just pulling. I mean, that's all I do to pluck her, and you can tell when a bunny's ready to pluck when you just have very little pressure, very little pulling, and see, look, it's all flying in the air, and it just comes out easily. Now, when she has mats, I use these really old, they're not rusty, not that old where they're rusty, but I use these like kind of vintage Crayola kitty scissors that are just meant for cutting paper. They are very dull. They're just sharp enough to cut her hair. And I use this because bunny floof is bunny skin is very thin. It's like paper. You do not want to cut her, okay? And when I cut her, I cut on an angle like this. So that way I am least likely to catch the skin, and I try to keep a hand on the skin like that. So if I do cut something, it's myself and not her. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much what I do. It's fairly simple. Just pluck her, give her a lot of fiber, a little extra love, and, you know, I just keep her food as always, as it is. She always gets as much hay as she can eat. She gets a controlled amount of feed that is designed for long-haired rabbits. And honestly, it looks bad, but she's honestly, like, she's frisky. Like, she's playing as usual. She's eating as usual. She's pooping as usual. And that's usually all you gotta watch out for. Make sure that your bunny is acting pretty much the same. All right, so that's for the bunny segment, and that's the end of the podcast. And I hope to see you next week. Bye!